What's up guys, I'm here with another video, episode 132 of Let's Build the City. Today we're building a town hall. Let's build a town hall.
What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own town hall in Minecraft. Now, do bear in mind, this is only part 1, so we are only going to be focusing on the actual building itself. And in part 2, I will show you how to make the inside of your town hall. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to subscribe to the channel and click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And not only that, you'll be able to find part 2 in the class system, description below, and the top of the comment section once you're ready to make it. But without any further ado, let's get started. So just before we get started, everybody, here are all of the materials that we... to make our town hall. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. The town hall's pretty big. It requires a 35 by 36 block area to make it. This includes a pathway that leads all the way around the town hall. Do bear that in mind. I'd highly recommend building the grid if you feel as though you might struggle for space. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Step 1, town hall friends. Come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of your grid. If you've made it, count to the right of the corner 1, 2, and 3, and then backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Begin the build by placing 8 light grey concrete going right.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend forwards by 1, and then right by 14. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Extend backwards by 1, and then right by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to extend that 7th block backwards by 24.
24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I then want you to extend that 24th block all the way across the back of the build, and we want to join it to the front, so I'd actually recommend extending so far across and then extend the front towards the back. And then that way you're not going to accidentally over or undershoot the amount of space that we need. So we actually want to have something which should look exactly like that, ladies and gentlemen. And once you have managed to accomplish this, get to work on the next part. So we're going to focus on the sides that have the most detail first. We're slowly going to whittle down like the most detailed side to the least detailed side. So you're going to want to come over to the front left-hand corner of your build. And you want to begin by placing 8 terracotta on top of the front left-hand corner of your build. It's going to go
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. So that is as high as your town hall is going to be. And what you can do, which might make this easier, is you can extend that terracotta across, and you can join it down to the key corners of the build. And you can actually do this going all the way around your entire build. So what I mean by the key corners is you can extend that 8 block to the right and join it down where the build creates a corner. And you can then continue extending it across, and again, join it down to wherever there is kind of like a corner in the build. This will help us establish the shape of our town hall. And you can do this coming all the way across the front like this. This is about as high as the detailed walls of the town hall are going to be. We can extend the terracotta again from the top across all the way to the back and extending down to the corners. And all the way across the back as well. Oops. All the way across the back as well. This is so hard to do. All the way across the back. And then down to this corner again. And then extend towards the front. So we're simply following the exact same shape. You can see this right now. The exact same shape of the light grey area that we just made below us. And that will actually make filling this thing in a lot easier. So going back to what I was saying about filling in the more detailed sides first, now we actually have a little bit of a guideline on where we're going to start. So we're going to start here on the left side of the build and also the right side of the build because they're actually the exact same. Start off on top of this light grey concrete here and place 2 upside down quartz stairs going right. 1, 2. You then want to place a terracotta and then place 2 more, 1, 2 upside down stairs and stick a terracotta on the end. Place 2 rows of glass on top of the quartz stairs. This can be any glass, but I'm using white stained glass paint. Then stick terracotta on top of that, and then upside down quartz stairs on top of the glass / where the terracotta is on top of the glass, and then place 2 more rows of white stained glass paint. You guys get the idea, right? So we're essentially creating 2 sets of windows that are equal to one another, and they are directly on top of each other. And when I said that we're going to be doing the left and right side simultaneously, what we have done here wants to be applied all the way over here. So on this side, you can begin by extending this terracotta to the left. Place 2 upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2. Terracotta. 2 upside down quartz stairs. Place 2 rows of glass. 1, and then 2 stairs. 1, 2. Terracotta. 2 upside down quartz stairs. Place 2 rows of glass. 1, and then 2 rows of glass directly on top of the quartz. Place a layer of terracotta on top of the glass. 2 upside down quartz stairs on top of the terracotta, and then of course just glass reaching up to the top of the build boundaries that we established earlier. Fill in between all of these windows using a bit of terracotta, and we will have a nice balanced front of our town hall. Now that isn't all there is to it, of course we do have a little bit more to do. So those same windows that we just placed, we actually want to place them again in this middle section, but it's a bit different. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to place a row of vertical terracotta on the inside left and right of the middle part of your town hall. I want you to leave a gap of 2, and then I want you to place 1, 2, leave a gap of 2, 1, 2, 2 rows of terracotta coming inwards towards the center like this, and we are going to place the terracotta dividing up the middle of our town hall, just like this. I hope that that makes sense, like so. We'll also want a horizontal row of terracotta. It's in the same place that the horizontal row of terracotta is on the sides of the building.
Hello, Spy the Animator. Welcome to live stream.
Evenly like this. When it comes to the entrance of the build, the entrance is set one row backwards inside of the building. It is a kind of simple row. It kind of looks like an N, a lowercase n shape.
It's me, Foxy the Roblox. Oh, okay.
With black concrete like this, there's going to be a door right in the middle.
I changed my name and profile picture.
Across the top.
Oh, that's cool.
And we place a row of quartz slab above and outside of the top of the door like this. It's kind of just like a fancy sort of way to mark the entrance. And all of these other sections, you want to do the same way. You want to place upside down quartz stairs at the base of all of the windows. And then the glass above them. I didn't really feel like they had to be made more fancy. The windows in real life really aren't too fancy, to be honest, especially when it comes to kind of like older government buildings. I feel as though that it's got quite a nice, clean design. So we want to have something that should look exactly like this. And we're pretty much going to leave that to that for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to now swap our attention to the right side of the building. So the town hall, in its name, is a big giant town hall, and it's where we host meetings, and it's where you can speak to the mayor and all sorts of other stuff. So this side of the build, the right side of the build, is actually where you would conduct the meetings, and it has a lot of windows. If we start from the right side here, you want to place this sequence of blocks. You want to place 2 terracotta, 1, 2, 2 upside down quartz stairs, 1, 2, 2 terracotta, 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3. 1 terracotta, 3 upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3. 1 terracotta, 3 upside down stairs, 2 terracotta, 2 upside down stairs, and then 2 more terracotta. So, all in all, not too bad. I would highly recommend raising up all of the terracottas that we place. So, coming along the side of the building, just raise up all of those terracottas. This will make it much easier to place all of the windows if we create the same sort of divides that you saw that we did on the front. It just makes placing glass pane way easier, and you can kind of see how the windows kind of got divided if you can kind of like, you can kind of see how I came to kind of figure out where the windows were placed and how they were placed. What we also have to do is we want to leave a gap of 2 above the upside down stairs, and you want to place a horizontal row of terracotta that kind of cuts through the entire middle of the building, and then you can place another layer of upside down quartz stairs on top of that terracotta. And you guys might be able to guess what you would do after that. Fill it in with glass, and that's as easy as it goes. If you want to add flowers, and if you want to add window boxes, and if you want to add this and that and the other shutters to the town hall, you may. But again, I'm kind of going for a much cleaner look. You're more than welcome to make those changes though. It's quite a large building, but I think it's quite obvious, hopefully, what this building is by the looks of it. So it's up to you whether you kind of want to nature it a little bit. But that's what the right side of the build should look like once complete. When it comes to the back side of the build, rotating around this, I want you to come all the way over to the right side. I want you to place 8 terracotta going left of the corner. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to place 3 upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2, 3. And I want you to place 2 rows of glass on top of these stairs. 1, and then 2. Believe it or not, that is the only detail that we have on the back of the building. Now the reason being is, as I mentioned, this is a town hall. It's huge. It has two main uses, or at least for my city. You can make it, of course, you can add rooms, and you can add a second floor and all this and that. You can do all of those things, but in my particular city, in this design, the interior that I have decided to make, the back wall of this is simultaneously the right side, right of the window is the mayor's office, that way, so we don't have any windows, and on the left side is a large stage, so it doesn't really, you can't really place any windows back there, because it's all covered up. It's like a big projector screen. Feel free to change that. Now, when it comes to this side of the town hall, we only have two little windows as well, and they start here on the left side, and we place two terracotta extending from the back, two upside down quartz stairs, two terracotta, and then two upside down quartz stairs, and you guys know what to do after that. We place two rows of pillars, and we marvel at the fact that there's a huge lack of windows on the back and right sides. But then, again, just completely fill everywhere else in the terracotta. When it comes to the inside, there are opportunities where one might want to add more windows, and we might do that. It really does completely depend, honestly. Those two windows there are actually for the mayor's office. Before the mayor's office, we have a secretary, and perhaps the secretary might like some windows. We'll figure that out when we get there. So all in all, we have a pretty decent amount of detail applied now to our town hall. The next large thing that we must apply to our town hall is basically the front of it. It's like a huge overhanging part. So to make this huge overhanging part hanging over the front of our town hall, and to also, by the way, make the entrance a bit nicer, we need a dark oak door, birch butter, stone bricks, we also need pillar quartz block, polished andesite slabs, we need quartz stick, and I think that we also need the spruce trapdoors. I don't know if we need any other materials. Once you have all of those, first of all, you can destroy these three light grey concretes here and replace them with stone bricks, and you can place a dark oak wood. No, if we need any other materials. Once you have all of those, first of all, you can destroy these three light grey concretes here and replace them with stone bricks, and you can place a dark oak wood door where the doorway is, and perhaps a birch button to the right of it too. I don't know, it just adds a little bit of detail really. I want you to grab your stone bricks, actually, we can use stone brick stairs. On the left and right side, we're going to do this simultaneously. The part that juts out, the middle part that sticks out the middle of the building, we want to place 1, 2, 3 stone brick stairs coming out off the front of the build, and we want to then place pillar quartz block in the front. And we want to do this on both sides, so we want to do 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz block like that. We want to extend the pillar quartz block inwards. We actually want to place 3 stone bricks, 1, 2, 3, and then a pillar quartz block. And we want to do this on both sides, 1, 2, 3, and then a pillar quartz block. You can join it together in the middle using stone bricks. You can place stone brick. And we want to do this on both sides, 1, 2, 3. And then quartz block. You can join it together in the middle using stone bricks. You can place stone bricks in front of the pillar quartz, and then place stone brick stairs in between all of these. You can then place stone bricks inside the middle of this. So this is basically, as I mentioned, is where you're going to walk up onto to get into the town hall. It's a very fancy building. We want to make the pillar quartz block as high as the actual building itself, so there's no real need to count, although if I had to put a number on it, I believe it's 8. You raise it up by 8, I do believe. I'm not willing to check that just in case I'm wrong, but just make it as high as the building. We are indeed missing a material, or 2. We could probably benefit from using quartz slab, and also a block of quartz too. Drop that just in case I'm wrong, but just make it as high as the building. We are indeed missing a material, or 2. We could probably benefit from using quartz slab, and also a block of quartz too. Join all of the pillar quartz blocks at the top together, and also connect it to the mayor's office, like this. That's not looking too bad. What we also have to do is we have to take out our polished andesite. No. We don't take out the polished andesite yet. We'll use the polished andesite slabs. I want you to place polished andesite slabs on top of the quartz area. So that's pillar quartz and just regular quartz. Just sit it on top like that. You want to extend the andesite outwards and forwards on the left and right side. So extend it outwards and forwards on the left and right sides and make sure that it sticks out in front of our town hall. We now want to, on both sides, equally extend inwards and upwards using your polished andesite slabs. Now, you should eventually reach an apex. The apex will be in line with where the doorway is, and I know that, but if you have a little trouble, basically extend both sides equally, upwards and inwards, until they eventually reach that sort of position. Make sure that it is even on both sides. That's very important. What we're going to do is fill behind this area in where necessary. Use position. Make sure that it is even on both sides. That's very important. What we're going to do is fill behind this area in where necessary, using some block of quartz. So the way that we're going to do it is it's actually going to be placed here. It's going to be placed here and here. Hang on, it's kind of tricky to explain, but basically just set a couple of rows backwards like this. You want to have the block of quartz, so you can kind of see how it's going to look, right? And you can, if you want, you can begin to extend backwards like this. You want to have the here. It's going to be placed here and here. Hang on, it's kind of tricky to explain, but basically just set a couple of rows backwards like this. You want to have the block of quartz, so you can kind of see how it's going to look, right? And you can, if you want, you can begin to extend backwards some of the andesites, because some of the block of quartz that we just placed will actually be, and you can, if you want, you can begin to extend backwards some of the andesites, because some of the block of quartz that we just placed will actually be, for a lack of a better word, irrelevant. So we can extend some of the andesite backwards. Let's start off with the actual blocks. Make sure that the andesite just extends a bit, for a better word, irrelevant. So we can extend andesites, because some of the block of quartz that we just placed will actually be, for a lack of a better word, irrelevant. So we can extend some of the andesite backwards. Let's start off with the actual blocks. Make sure that the andesite just extends a bit further back than the block of quartz area itself, and then we will be able to, and then we can take a good look at it. So again, some of the blocks of quartz are actually just placed are probably a little bit irrelevant. I don't like to tell anything that's irrelevant, but unfortunately this andesite or the block of quartz is. So let's just extend it backwards over the block of quartz, and then we can kind of get a good feel on how it's supposed to look. Oh, I've got this whole side to do. I thought, oh no, never mind. I thought that I made some headway with it. But anyway, the point of placing all of that is to give us this sort of perfect. So now you can see, no matter how you sort of look at it, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? That's not too bad. There has to be a clock. The clock is directly in the center of this empty space, and you can make it easy. So we take the middle, the whole block of quartz here, we extend it outwards. It wants to actually overhang the front of the building by 1 row. The end block of quartz extends downwards by 2. 1, 2. We take the middle, extend it left and right, like this. You want to place upside down stairs underneath the left and right parts, and you want to place sideways regular stairs on the top left and right parts. You place spruce trapdoors, one in the lower half of the middle of the clock, and one to the left of it. That spruce trapdoor can be flipped upwards. That simply makes it look as though it's 3 o'clock. I'm guessing in the afternoon, considering how light it is. You can make that any time, however. You can make the time in any way, sort of shape that you want. As long as it's that sort of shape, it actually looks quite good. It looks a little bit weird if you try to do like 12 o'clock. Although it could be done with by flipping trapdoors up in a certain way, but I think that position looks quite good. Anyway, we want to extend the clock backwards where we can. So we want to place upside down quartz stairs, extending all the way backwards. We want to do the same with the block of quartz. It's quite tricky to place the stairs. You really have to get in there to place upside down quartz stairs, extending all the way backwards. We want to do the same with the block of quartz. It's quite tricky to place the stairs. You really have to get in there to actually be able to place them. So here, and we also want to place them here as well. And here, do we have to extend it? Yeah, we have to extend the bottom as well, like that. So it ends up looking exactly like that. I mean, that actually looks a little bit too chunky. I don't know whether to extend. That actually looks a little bit silly from the side, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, let's extend it inwards by 1. Luckily, we've kind of like filled in the entire centre, and then it would look a little bit better. I for some reason had the notion that it would look a little bit better, the way around. But it kind of looks a little bit. By 1, luckily, we've kind of like filled in the entire centre, and then it would look a little bit better. I for some reason had the notion that it would look a little bit better, the way around. But it kind of looks a little bit goofy. I might also make it so that we actually connect like the slabs to the clock like that, so it like connects on the underneath part. I think that looks way better. It looked a little bit silly then, honestly. So that is what we want to have for the front of our town hall. Now, the next part of this is to grab the polished andesite slabs, and we have to establish where the roof is going to be, and this is a very important thing, alright? So we want to basically extend these sides. These polished andesite slabs here, we want to extend them back, and we want to extend them across to the side of the building, kind of like this. So it's kind of just 1 row higher, or half a row higher than the top of the side of the building. The andesite slab that is overhanging, we want to extend the andesite slabs upwards and inwards. Now, again, it's to kind of establish where the middle of the building is going to be. That's the only hard part. So I can actually tell you where, though, the middle of the building is. It's this middle window. It's the middle block of the middle window on the right side of the building. You can see exactly where the actual andesite stops. Like that's as high as the roof can go without it being slanted, because we want to have a nice even roof. So you can simply extend it all the way over. Side like this, and you'll have to fill underneath the roof in using your terracotta, and that's pretty much the hardest part, really. So now that we've finished the roof, everything's rather easy. Let's just fill this side in using the terracotta. We will extend the andesite blocks over, the full andesite blocks over to the opposite side. So there we go. So what we're looking for is this effect. I mean, it's a roundabout way to get to this. And then we want to, of course, you can do this. You can extend the slabs over, right? And you can kind of take stock of what's
So if I do this, this happens. It turns into a block. And I absolutely hate that. I think I'll have to change the settings. Alexa, turn on Jen's room.
Okay.
On that side, and you can extend the slabs inwards and upwards until you basically have the exact same roof on this side that you did the other side, and that's all you have to do. There's nothing really else to do with it. That's it. So again, it's kind of hard to see. Is that the middle? Am I too high? Am I too low? It's hard to see on this side because we don't have the windows, but we can extend the other side upwards and inwards and upwards, and we can see if it's even. That's the most important part. As long as it's even, and you'll be able to tell, like when one side has joined the other, like it should just perfectly. There we go. It should perfectly join just like that. And then we place the terracotta underneath, and then we're going to place all of the actual solid, full-on and inside blocks, and all perfectly. There we go. Perfectly joined just like that. And then we place the terracotta underneath, and then we're going to place all of the actual solid, full-on and inside blocks, and also the slabs as well. And that is all there is to it, really. It's quite an easy building. It's a simple building, but it's a large building, and it's kind of like a cool one to add to your city. It will make quite a statement. So now we have to join all of the roof together. The roof is rather easy in the fact that we've got to, all you got to do is I'd start off by extending the and inside and joining all of the full and inside blocks together. On the front of the build, we've got to, all you got to do is I'd start off by extending the and inside and joining all of the and inside blocks together. On the front of the build, you have to join the and inside, or you have to join the roof to the middle part of the roof. So you have to extend like the lower half of the roof, you have to extend it across and to the little middle part of the roof, just like this. And
guess my gender. Male?
You don't have to do that. So you only have to do it so high. You only have to, so like here, for instance, and then here, just like that. There we go. Extended that high, and with these slabs, we just have to do a similar, and then here, just like that. There we go. Extended that high, and with these slabs we just have to do a similar thing, so we'll extend the full blocks across, and then we take the full blocks and we extend here as well. And then we just have to slot these slabs in, so like this, and we run this across. And this is why it's easier to extend the full blocks across first. You can see how these ones, they just join. We can't really go any higher. The way that we get higher is that we place these slabs, like we slot the slabs in, and then these will join naturally to the
Hello, sick, Basovandla, welcome to live stream. Hopefully I said your name correctly. If not, then I'm sorry because I'm not really good at pronouncing names correct. Oh, I got that on the first try. I honestly...
To the parts on the side.
Call me sus. Sus.
But the middle part of the roof is actually higher than the front, so we're just going to fill all of the solid and then side blocks across. As I've said a million times now, I feel as though that I do keep repeating myself, but start off with the full and side blocks, and then it'll actually make placing the slabs way easier. Because usually, if you were to do the slabs first, say, or do them alternatively or alternately, then these slabs, you've kind of got to extend it from itself, if that makes sense. But if you have the and side to place it onto, it's easier. That's all there is to it. There isn't too much to do after this. We will be doing a couple of things that are kind of like filling in projects after we've filled in the roof. But now you can see that we've placed all of the slabs, or you got all of the blocks. Now we can just place the slabs on along the lower off the end side. It's great. It's so much easier. This will come all the way up to the top. The only little bit of difficulty or the bit of irritation that we will suffer is at the bottom of the other side of the roof, but we will take that as it comes. The only thing that we have to do after the roof is we've just got to do a little bit of gardening in the front of the town hall, and we've just got to add a path. And also, we're going to re-floor the town hall in this episode, in this part, so that we don't have to do it in the next one, basically, so that we kind of have like what you could call a clean slate. So yeah, just be careful as you work your way down this part of the roof. You'll see that as you extend the slabs.
What do you think about impasta? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
the right or left, it doesn't really matter. That part of the roof actually seems to go really, really quickly. Thank goodness. So yeah, that's how it should look from this side. You can get a full grasp. It's a huge building, isn't it? It's way bigger than Chili's that we have to the left of us. That's the metric on which you judge like the size of a town hall. Is it big in relation to Chili's? Yes, it is. So there we go. We have now done all of the roof, ladies and gentlemen. And here's what we will need to complete the next part of the building. This is it. This is all it comes down to. Leaves, green tower. Here's what we will need to complete the next part of the building. This is it. This is all it comes down to. Leaves, green terracotta, lime terracotta, oak planks, and also some smooth stone. We are going to be placing a 2-row smooth stone path that goes all the way around the edge of our town hall. So for those of us that made the grid, this is the outer row. So I'm just placing around the entire town hall. This might actually be a bad place to.
I was talking about pasta. But you put in the name, so you mean imposter.
Show you an easy around the entire base of your town hall. The leaves only have to go around the part of the town hall. That are like, you don't want to place the leaves in steps, so they go everywhere. Which is perfect. So here we dig into the ground and we join it to the leaves here, and
Sorry, guys.
Green terracotta like this. So that's what this little patch is going to look like. And it'll be just why is that relevant? All of the remaining area that hasn't kind of like been
Alright.
we're going to
Done that.
smooth stone or whatever.
Oh boy, there's a giant gap in here. See, there's a giant gap.
Pavement or sidewalk.
There's a giant in the building.
Filled in. However, the other little bit that will take a long time is we've got to completely refloor. Oh, we've got to refloor the entire inside of our town hall. That's going to take quite a long time. I'm going to be using.
Oh my god. What? Like this, and it's going to go all the way back. So, ladies and gentlemen, big construction project. I'm going to do all of that, and once all of that has been done, that will actually set us up for part 2 of this tutorial. We will actually be complete with this video once all of that has been applied. So, just as if by magic, now this is what your town hall should look like once it's been 100% fully completed, my friends. This is the entire outside of the town hall. We have a path that runs around, we have some leaves, we have a roof, we have all the windows, and as you can see, I've also added a road so it fits into my little world. And you might have been able to tell from the outside anyway, this is the floor now that has been well re-floored. I finished the town hall. Now I'm gonna make the interior. I'm just gonna dig out this, the road.
guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to subscribe.
Right, so I finished the town hall, now let's make the interior.
Fish shapes mini bites, light crunch, big flavour!
As we move on out from Pizza Hut, we have a little cafe. What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the inside of your town hall. The town hall has a giant meeting hall, a waiting area, a secretary's office, and finally the mayor's office. Now, just in case you weren't aware, this is part 2. There is a part 1. That is a separate video in which I show you how to make the entire outside of your town hall, as you can see it right behind me. In part 2, which is this part, I will show you how to decorate the entire inside. If you haven't made part 1, check out the card system in the description below and the top of the comment section. The thumbnail looks exactly like how I'm showing you on the screen right now, and once you've made the entire outside of your town hall, we can focus on the inside as we're going to. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. Step 1, ladies and gentlemen, head inside of your town hall. You will notice that we have this huge, big, empty, open town hall. Here are all of the materials that we... going to be using throughout the build, please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. Plus, later on we will be grabbing more, but I'll show you what we need before we start using them. So, quite annoyingly, my friends, we have to fix 2 things that we really should have done in part 1. We don't have to fix them, we just have to do them. There's nothing that needs changing, it's just something that really we should have done in part 1. It's my bad. I take full responsibility. So, here is what we have to do. The first thing is we have to fill above the entrance area here in using terracotta. So we're just going to completely fill the area above the entrance in using terracotta because it's quite clearly visible from the outside. I didn't notice this. You could actually see right into the inside of your town hall from the outside. My bad. What you could also do is you could add a layer of quartz slabs like this to the inside underneath overhanging part of your town hall, and it would look a little bit cleaner that way. Otherwise you've kind of got all of the exposed roof and it just looks a little bit scruffy really. So you see, there we go, problem solved. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Another thing that I really do wish that I would have done, but it has to be done, ladies and gentlemen, we have to add a ceiling inside of our town hall. Now this is going to be made out of chiseled quartz block. It's going to slot in directly above the windows, just like this. So right where the second story windows are, we're going to fill the entire ceiling in like this. So it's going to spread from the front to the back. There we are. That is much better. later on, we will add some lighting to the ceiling so we can actually see what we're doing, but we will do that very, very... So make sure that you fill the entire ceiling in with chisel quartz block, and then we can move on to the next thing. So the next thing that we have to do when it comes to our town hall is we have to divide it. As you saw at the start of the video, we have a big giant meeting hall, and then we have like the little offices to the left of us. Now the way that we divide this up is we come all the way to this back window. There's only one window on the back of the building, and left of the window we place a pillar quartz block like this facing upwards. You place 4 quartz slab extending from the block, 1, 2, 3, 4, extending forwards that is. Place a pillar quartz on the end, 3 more slabs, 1, 2, 3, pillar quartz, 3 more slabs, 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz, place a pillar quartz on the end, 3 more slabs, 1, 2, 3, pillar quartz, 3 more slabs, 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz, 3 more slabs, 1, 2, 3, and then pillar quartz like this. You extend that pillar quartz block all the way over to the left using terracotta. In addition to that, you also place terracotta all the way around the inside of all of these slabs and all of the pillar quartz and stuff like this, right? And the entire point of this is that we can now extend up all of the terracotta like this. I don't know how is best to do it, probably like in 2 long rows like this, just extending upwards. And the point of this is that we can place all of this terracotta here, and this will be the separation. So that's just an easy way to figure out the separation between the 2 rooms. And we are going to add some lighting in here very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. I realise how dark it is. I know that's very, very dark in here, but if you want, you can light the place up with some torches and stuff. So, like this. There we are. So, that doesn't look too bad, right? We want to extend all of the pillar quartz blocks upwards. That's very, very important. So, we're going to extend all of them up. Basically, we're trying to make it look a little bit on the inside as it does the outside. So, we're just trying to add some architecture and stuff to the actual build, just so that it kind of like looks a little bit more important, you know? So, a little bit like that. We want to be able to place 2 rows of stuff above the quartz slabs. And what we then want to be able to do is place a layer of quartz slabs through all of the actual pillar quartz blocks. So kind of like this, right? Perfect. So now that we've kind of like figured that out, we want to add some lights into the wall here. So it's actually a little bit tricky to do from the outside, to be honest. So, but there's no actual other way to do it. Okay, so basically, the lights want to kind of like be in the centers of all of these other parts. This is just to provide a little bit of extra light. That's all this is about. And it would be easier to do it from the inside, honestly. So, like this. And then let's take, I've made a huge mess, but I have to show you guys how it's done. So like from the outside, it will look like this. sea lanterns. You could easily use something other than sea lanterns, but we're going to use some trapdoors, just to kind of like dampen things a bit. There has to be some lights in here. Now that we've done that on that side, we also want to add a little bit more decoration stuff around the actual town. For instance, like where we have this window here, we also want to have another row of pillar quartz block on the opposite side of the window, extending all the way from the ground upwards. You can even place a little bit of quartz slab above and below the window, kind of like this. So you can even place stuff on the window and in the window if you like. Now, this pillar quartz block here that is on the ground next to the window is actually quite a good measuring stick, because we want to extend from it, from the pillar quartz block, we want to extend 4 slabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stick a pillar quartz block on the end. You then want to place 2 stairs, 1, 2, and then a pillar quartz block, and then you can quite comfortably just place a load of quartz slabs extending all the way over to the right. Now, just before it hits the right side of the build, I'm going to recommend that you place yourself a pillar quartz block, like that, on the ground, and you extend that pillar quartz block all the way up to the ceiling. There's also going to be a row of pillar quartz here in the back corner. This is where the stage area is. And there is also going to be pillar quartz blocks in between all of the windows, extending all the way to the right. So like in between all these windows, pillar quartz blocks, so here, and then it's going to be here, and then we're going to have it extend here as well. We're not going to have one on the front though, because it would actually obstruct the windows a little bit. So again, kind of just trying to add a little bit of framework, a little bit of something to the build. We're also going to have quartz slabs extend out from all of the windows that are on the stage, and we might even have quartz slabs just above the windows like this. You don't really have to do it for the above windows, although it might look good, it might not look good. I don't quite know. It depends how far you want to go with it. So you might want to have it like here and here, for instance, if you like. The stage area is to be filled in using red concrete. That's all that's going to be. So like here all the way up to this wall. That's why we, by the way, you might have noticed, I think I pointed it out in part 1, we don't have many windows or anything on the back of the build, and this is why, because we've got a big giant wall that we're actually going to add a fake screen to. You guys know, you guys have been to school, most of you are still at school, or in some form of it. We've got like a big giant sort of like projector, there's going to be just a big screen right behind us. So we'll actually place that a little bit later, but as you can see, we've actually made quite a bit of headway now, kind of like sorting out where things are going to go. And speaking of sorting out where things are going to go, we have to figure out the seating situation. And it's quite easy. So, we have 3 rows of seats, one where this pillar is, one where this pillar is, and one where this pillar is. The first seat is 1 row away from the first pillar, and then they are 2 rows away from each other. So 1, 2, seat, 1, 2, seat, 1, 2, seat. And there is only that many seats. Now we can add another one actually, so gap of 2, seat, and then that actually takes you, it should line up with that stair. And that is where all of the seats go. So extend them from the pillars. I think there's 5 seats in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 seats in total. There's 3 rows of seats. Feel free to condense them. Feel free to make them out of different material. Feel free to do whatever you like. But there we go. Kind of like the seating situation. So, what are we going to be doing next? Well, we're going to decorate the seats themselves, and we're also going to kind of mark things out on the floor. So, first, just grab yourself lectern, oak sign, spruce trapdoor, green carpet, and we... we will be needing the pillar quartz block. That'll make sense in a second. So where this middle seat is here in our row of 5 seats, on the stage, looking outwards, we want to have a lectern like this. So kind of like right in the middle of the seating situation. And then on the wall behind and above it, we want to use pillar quartz block. So line up the pillar quartz block with the lectern. Make sure it's one row or so off the ground, and then extend it to the right 1, 2, 3, and extend it to the left 1, 2, 3. So you could even make that a little bit bigger if you wanted to. And this is basically just going to be kind of like I said, place them sideways. It just looks like a screen, like something like an interactive whiteboard, or it looks like something that could be projected onto, or something, you know, something like that. You could even like a load of pictures or an item frames and stuff if you kind of wanted to decorate a little bit, but the area is a little bit empty. If you wanted to actually make like some sort of meetings going on, then you could put like a book and quill on the lectern and you can put some pictures and stuff. I mean, we might even try that a little bit later on once we've kind of finished what we're doing here. Anyway, all of the seats I'm going to add spruce trapdoors to the backs to make them look a little bit fancier. The spruce trapdoors, it's kind of hard to do it in any other way. You've really got to go out of the way to do it, but you want to try and make them face upwards. I don't think you can even make them face sideways to fit the seats. We're going to place oak signs on the sides of them. You can use spruce if you like, but I just thought it would be nice to have a contrast. So if you wanted to have a 3-wood chair, then I guess it would be a 2-wood chair still, then you could have birch instead. I guess you could make like the chairs out of, say, like dark oak, and then put like the spruce backing, and then you could put like birch signs, and then you've kind of got like a funky like 3-level chair. But I mean, it's completely up to you. Spruce signs probably looks better, but sometimes I try to just use loads of different material. I've got like a funky like 3-level chair. But I mean, it's completely up to you. Spruce signs probably looks better, but sometimes I try to just use loads of different materials really. But there's any number of ways that you could do this. You could use birch, and you could use like the birch backing, or you could just place signs all the way around, or you could just leave the stairs. It really does depend on how much effort you do want to put into it. It's such a small thing though. But there we go. It does make the chairs look better, however. And the reason that we have carpet is so that we can place carpet in between all of the chairs. Now, placing the carpet sort of just, what does it do? It kind of shows you where, it's kind of like a tool that you can use to show you where to go. So we're just placing some green carpet just in front of all of the chairs. Side of the chairs as well. You could use different colours as well too. You don't have to just stick to one colour of carpet. And we might even have like how many rows would it be? Probably about 3 rows of just rug directly behind. I connected it all together originally, but they actually sort of
I'll be right back, guys.
It's quite a nice, fancy sort of looking area now. It's not looking too bad. And we do have to decorate it. We have to decorate it in a few different ways. So here's the sorts of things that we're going to grab. We're going to grab like banners. Flower pots, sea lanterns, we need dead bushes, oak saplings, we need oak leaves.
Dead bush, where's dead bush? Oh, a dead bush, where are you? Dead bush, oak sapling, oak leaves.
We need white glazed terracotta, and honestly, any sort of glazed terracotta will do. And we're also going to need a little bit of end rods, and we'll need red concrete. We need quite a few different things. Oh, you know what? Let's scrap those last two. Let's just grab paintings. My bad, because okay, let me explain. So we're going to first of all place red banners on the sides of all of the windows where the pillar quartz block is. That kind of like gives the illusion that we can like draw some curtains and kind of like make this a little bit more private. I also sort of like the idea would it be, scratch the record a second, would it actually be a good idea to add like pillars in between these windows, kind of like on the front of the build too, kind of like just in between here? And would it also be a good idea to perhaps add some quartz slabs in between them as well, just to kind of like give the same sort of effect? These answers, these questions rather, are rhetorical. It's kind of up to you, but they might just make it look as though it's a little bit more ornate. So kind of like just a couple of curtains that we can sort of draw here. We also want to add a frame kind of like around the entrance. So the entrance we do actually want to say like add a little bit of like pillar quartz block around. So left and right of the door here, just to kind of like add a bit of a frame. I kind of forgot about this. We do want to add like a little bit of frame like this. And we could maybe place, say, some quartz slabs just like above the door, above and outside of the door, kind of like this. And maybe we can turn this into like a solid quartz, like that. And then we're actually going to add some plant life to there. I might add some plant life around the place as well in a few different ways. So yeah, we've made a little bit of headway there. I think that we've made the area look a tad a little bit fancier by doing that. And actually, I'm going to change the plan a second. I am going to grab the grass blocks, spruce trapdoors. We don't have any flowers on this, but I'm using some azure bluettes for this, and I like the idea of having some like flowers directly above the entrance here. And maybe underneath here, maybe we use terracotta instead, and that provides kind of like a nice little contrast. And maybe this could even extend across. Maybe we could have flowers kind of like across the entire top. I think that it makes the area look a little bit more homely. So when I say homely, it'll make it look a little bit more like approachable, kind of like this. Maybe just having some flowers. Ceiling a little bit, I think would make it look a little bit nice. If we could do that over here, it'd actually be quite good too. It'd be quite a nice feature. So, could we actually do that? Could we say like have these here, like this, and then have some flowers? This is just kind of like a different design sort of idea, if you like. And then we can kind of just have like them like hanging here, suspended like this. Anything underneath them. I think that they can kind of just like sit like that. I like the idea of having like a little bit of nature involved. I think that looks good. We could even have it like throughout the entire, like we could have it on the sides, and it'd actually be a little bit more interesting to look at. So we could have it like extend across here in some sort of way. But I guess I'll kind of like leave that up to you. Like you could have flowers there, or you could have flowers there, or you could just kind of like go for the massive framework sort of deal that we've kind of got. Although a benefit to having the flowers like directly here is that it hides the backing of the windows a little bit. It also makes the windows nicer to look into. So again, these are all like personal little decisions that you might want to make. I like the idea of there being a little bit of plant life in here to make it a little bit less, I don't know what to call it, like, it feels less artificial if there's just some plants in there. And it makes sense that it... want to be a little bit materials that we're using flower pots.
Why are you banging the door?
Oh, it's a town hall!
Stop! Stop acting crazy! Bloody hell!
Sea lanterns, and I think we might need the banners going, I can't remember, and like just some like dead bushes and some saplings and maybe even some leaves and some terracotta.
Alright. Just had to. Okay. Anyway. Need to find. Where are the dead bushes?
So that we could kind of like add stuff to the windowsills to make it look brighter. So a couple of lanterns just in the windowsills like this would actually go quite a long way, and we can place like flower pots in some of the windows too. And I guess that now we can kind of do this on the front as well, so like a lantern and kind of like just flower pots and stuff. So just a little bit like this. It doesn't make sense to add banners onto these pillars, although you can if you like. I did it myself, but it doesn't really make any sense, to be honest. Like, it makes sense to place them here, next to this window, so that you can, like, draw the curtains. It even makes sense to do it up here, so that those curtains could be drawn. And just in case there was, like, something special or something quite like it makes sense. Even like down here too, if you really wanted to add them, although I think that that's probably a bit much. But you could add them in those places if you wanted to. When it comes to these areas, I sort of like the idea of having like a lantern to back the place, because it is rather dark, to be honest. And then what you could do is you could add some paintings. So, like, I imagine at town halls and stuff, I've never actually been, I don't think I've been to a town hall. I like the idea of there being, how should I say? I like the idea of there just being, like, posters for, like, events and, you know, stuff like that. So, I like the idea of there being some
Oh, so what do you need? What do you need? Hey, stop. Stop it, please. Please.
Just looking.
Okay. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Mm. 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 Oh, thanks. Yep. There we go. So now I don't know run out of battery. Okay, thanks.
Actually does a great job in keeping things a little bit brighter. We're just missing some central light here, but we'll actually do that in a sec. And in doing all of that, I actually think, you know what? I wonder if it'd actually look alright to kind of hang some lanterns like above where the projector would be. So kind of like this. You'd want to do it evenly. In case you guys haven't noticed, the stage isn't quite even. Like, there's a little bit more space that way, but yeah, you could even hang some lanterns like up there to make it look a little bit fancier. You could hang it from the pillars. Like, there's all sorts of things you can do.
Please go. Stop being annoying. Please stop being annoying.
Quite sort of happy. It feels quite.
In a bit.
When it comes to this corner over here, this is kind of just like, I imagine it to be sort of like a little waiting area, and to make that waiting area, just a little bit of red concrete.
How did that villager get in here? I'm killing you. There we go. Got all of its loot. Anyway, back to my point. Red concrete.
A little bit of quartz stairs, some scaffolding, white carpet, end rods, and some white glazed terracotta. Any terracotta. Maybe even you could even make a window, so you could use some glass pane, and could even use a little bit of painting as well if you want. But anyway, in the corner here, I like the idea of having like a big waiting sofa, so like red concrete, and then extend 1, 2, 3 this way, and then 1, 2, 3 this way, maybe even 4 to cover up the window. And then you can extend the corners in, place quartz stairs all the way around, sort of like this. A couple of scaffolding sort of in the corner with some white carpet on. And then you can place like in the corner here, or like a couple of end rods, and then terracotta on top, and then it's just kind of like a nice little waiting area. I quite like that. You've got room for a window though. You could easily add a window here, and that could be, I mean, you guys know how to make windows. It's upside down glass stairs and a couple of rows of glass pane. And hang on, we'll take a look from the outside, and that looks alright, you know. Have a little window.
I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah, you can even add a window up above here in the way of anything, so you can have a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm not annoying you. I'm just interested in what you're building. Is that a terracotta window? Nice. I'm still deciding what to build next.
We can make a in our city, we can make like a multi-regional sort of area with different like shops from different countries, and I can make this.
No, but do you know that? To the other side of the town, we need to have a.
Again, as much natural light as you can.
Okay.
Another good candidate is.
What's that big room right there?
What? What big room?
The big block there next to that. Yeah, there. What's inside there?
I don't know. It's gonna be something.
You don't know, Mafia building. That's the Mafia building, I guess.
It's not a mafia building.
It's the Bang building.
It's not the Bang building, Alf.
That could be my little secret spot.
No, Alf, it's a town hall. Go and get the boys and Twinkle. Twinkle the dog. Get Twinkle the dog.
We're actually going to take care of that. So we've done quite a good job here in keeping this place relatively bright, in non-artificial means. So what we could do is we could
Twinkle.
Wait.
She's zonked. I can't get Twinkle, she's zonked.
What do you mean she's zonked?
She's zonked on the bed.
Oh.
all the chairs are.
Okay.
It's going to be tricky to kind of mark it out just from the line. So here we go. Where all the chairs are, we could place sea lanterns in the ceiling.
Breaking news. Yesterday's news today, we had Roblox Studios burned down. But luckily it was
Why did you burn it down?
on its second renovation and all of it
Is the inside just gonna be ripped out?
yeah, there's gonna be new lane changes here. Do you know about
You could use redstone
crashes,
lines.
right?
That probably.
Do you know crashes?
Yes.
Apparently they keep happening because of no lane changes.
So laggy.
Where all the chairs are and then the chair.
Right, I just get my normal uniform on. I kind of like this uniform. Oh, there's this there. Thank you. So this is going to be the new lane
They have a
change.
gap of 3 between each other, so they'll be here.
Laggy. Lag. I didn't do it. A system caught on fire. But luckily all the games were at home because do you know all the Roblox game owners? They're working from home now.
And here as well. Oh, that's where the stage is.
They're working from home now. They don't need to come to like a building now. They can.
Look the room nicely.
They don't need to anymore. They don't have to, but.
Add any extras onto it.
Well,
here.
we might come up with
Here.
some more Roblox studios in the future. For now, we're just gonna turn this land into lane changes. So there's gonna be a new lane change here.
Whoops.
Do you know why there's gonna be a new lane change here?
Why?
It's gonna increase accidents. So it's gonna
Increase accidents.
No. It's gonna decrease accidents.
Decrease.
Yeah, that means lower on accidents. Because you see these sharp turns.
Oh, it's so laggy.
If it even lets me. Do you see these sharp turns? There's been many of crashes on them. So it's time to make new lane changes in some of the spots in town. It was on its second renovation.
Yes.
What's the point of it? We had plans for it, but no, some boiler exploded. Or obviously the HQ of Roblox didn't fix the system properly.
Yeah.
So I think he got sued by someone. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was some sort of Roblox player had a lawyer went to sue Roblox, but luckily he didn't. He gave him a second.
So now once that is all
So at
done, ladies
least,
and gentlemen,
and it was a mobile player. You're like expecting how would a rich guy?
Don't take down the sign.
The next thing that we have to do is we have to work out the little office area. So there's of course
made a
an
big
office.
mistake.
It has a door and all that. So the
Daisy.
door is right
Let me see.
right next to the wall.
Oopsie
There's
daisy.
also a little window.
You've removed the sign.
I didn't even.
Are you freaking kidding
I didn't
me?
even think to save it to my inventory. Alright. The banner, if I knocked the banners out and they all came out, well, at least I could have just saved them and then you could have just
So from the outside,
back
it's actually a
on
little
But now I have to fucking
it's kind of like set directly inward.
replace them
By
again.
the ceiling is going to be
Why?
Are you counting down to finish? Wait, that's the empty room. I'm working on
Yes, it is.
And do you know they actually half got these because they copied the James Cafe. They literally ripped it off.
Yes.
You can have a higher ceiling if you want, but we kind of like we've got those sea lanterns here, so we probably sort of want to cover up that giant row of sea lanterns that we have, and I think that's quite sufficient. Where it
I wonder
works
what
out
this
to
new
be,
lane
where
change is.
how do I best show you guys where? I think it's right, like where we have this window here, like the window closer to here, we leave a gap of 1, and then we want to kind of like separate the rooms using some terracotta. Except the doorway is right here on the left, like it's right against this wall, and I think that there is also a little window as well, so we leave a gap of 1, and then we've just got like a little double window here, and then it's just some glass pane. Just like this. That's perfect. So what can we do in this little office with all of the materials that we have? Honestly, we do need quite a few more things, but we can get by with we can use the quartz stairs, we can use the scaffold.
But all the Roblox owners work from home now, and at least all their games.
You destroyed the sign.
I know, but there's going to be a brand new logo coming soon.
That means I have to redo the logo all over again.
But at least if you could remind me next time when I destroy a build with banners.
Well, you should have, like, while the banners were gripping onto a block, you should have destroyed the block, put them in your inventory.
And at least
But instead, you just got rid of the sign. You could have put, like, a chest or something.
I don't think we really need a Roblox Studios because everyone's working from home now.
What do you mean? Roblox is recognisable for their logo. That's why everyone recognises it.
The online thing.
Yes, I know, but this is why we
It's
need.
not a building anymore.
What do you mean it's not a building?
Flower pots and
It's from home now.
Oh, it's from home. It's from home.
They work from home.
Why?
Because there's a lot more room. And do you see how big those offices were? They weren't very big, so if they had ideas,
get by.
they draw them
with,
out and
we can use the
barely
quartz
put them
stairs,
anywhere.
we can
Half
use
the
the
time they put them under their
scaffolding, we can
desks.
use-
And they
But instead, you just have to rip out the flippin' sign.
Well, I don't think we really need it anymore.
What do you mean? People won't know what the place is
I need to tell
actually.
the CEO.
Well, then what can we add then?
We don't decide what the building is going to be. He decides. We can't decide because he
Well, then what?
locks. I need to tell.
Well, then where the fuck should I place the sign that then?
Well, if he says yes, he wants another building. If he says no, he doesn't want another building.
But I want a Roblox Studios building.
I'll have to ask him if he wants, because he said, I might consider taking down this building and moving it. He said that. That letters
And
said to
you
me.
destroyed the interior for your Roblox Studios and pretending it was a fire, but in reality you were just breaking it just to pretend that there was a fire, but in reality there was no fire. You just destroyed the interior just to make a new one. I liked it. It was nice. But instead you just have to rip it up.
There will be a bigger one coming soon.
A big one? That means we have to rip out the flipping car park of Harvester, and that means no one will be able to park their car.
To be here. Have you listened to me yet? There's going to be lane changes here.
Lane changes? Lane changes, what do you mean?
Lane, like lanes and stuff.
Hello, Zoe, yep, the gamer, welcome to the live stream.
And that doesn't revolve in knocking down anything apart.
Why do you always have to knock down your builds and then build another one?
Bro, they're my build. I get to decide what happens with them. I signed a contract.
Well then, what is gonna be there then?
A lane change.
A lane change.
Lane change.
Lane change. Seriously, not a building. Well then, where the fuck is Roblox Studios gonna have?
Studios, I have to have a word with the CEO, which he lives right there. So I'm gonna go and have a word with him.
Oh, go and have a word with him then.
Oh, hello there. Oh, hi, sir. Are you considering building a new brand new Roblox Studios? Yes, I've just planned it out. The blueprint is here. Right, he's giving me the blueprint of where it is going to be.
Oh, don't tell me it's gonna be somewhere else.
A little tough. You're gonna have to cope with it.
No, I want it in its original spot where it originally was. Where?
Look, the police station.
No, you're not knocking down the. I want it to be there.
You can't. He's
Please.
blueprinted it out.
I want it to be placed there where you originally
He
want.
just blueprinted a new one out.
Blueprinted a new one. Blueprinted a new one. Seriously.
Where is this new Roblox Studios going to be?
Oh, just put it where it originally was.
I don't want to.
Just put it where it originally was. It's not the same without Roblox Studios. Please, just place it in it where its original spot was.
Well, the blueprint.
And put it where the original spot was.
According to the blueprint, he wants it here.
Why does he want it in a suburb?
It's not a suburb, it's a towning area.
It's a towning area, then why do we have one house?
We have buildings, and the owner of Roblox is his friend, so he can go over to his friend's workplace each day. I don't know if this is going to be lane changes or not. It doesn't look fit.
Well then why are you not placing it in the exact same place where it originally was? In fact, why did you have to knock it down in the first place? I liked it just how it was, but no, you just had to wreck it.
A newer design, a little bit better.
A newer design. I like that.
Bigger.
I like
that one.
I like.
Because all the developers complained about the office being too small.
Too small.
They couldn't even store their.
The office wasn't too small, Alfie.
Literally.
It wasn't too small.
They complained about
it. It wasn't too small.
And we were gonna have.
It wasn't too small anyway.
We were gonna have a renovation, but no. Someone decided to burn it down.
That person being you.
I know.
You decided to knock it down.
Because
I saw you.
So he told me to.
No one told you to. You just did it with no explanation.
I did give you an explanation.
No. I don't.
Lily had a full word with the CEO.
I don't remember of you giving me an explanation.
Oh, here. This is where it's going to be. He wants it to be there.
Why does he want it to be there in that tiny little spot? Near the Lego store and Blockbuster.
He told me to put it there.
First you tried to knock down my boxing gym, which I won't do. And then...
I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm not interested in that anymore. Why would I be interested? I'm not interested in that anymore.
Oh.
I'm not very interested in knocking that family.
Okay. Let go of my chair.
So yeah,
that's why I want it there, because it would feel better for the city. Right. It wouldn't feel the same without Roblox Studios being next to that car park with the brick wall. It wouldn't feel the same.
There, right in the middle of the busy street where there's actually an emergency station right there, an emergency station right there, an emergency station right bloody there, and a
No. That is a fire station. That is a police station, and that is an ADAC centre.
That's also a part of the emergency services.
I know.
So
not dumb.
Much, it's pretty weird to just have that.
Well, then what's going to be then? In that tiny little spot.
It's gonna come off future and we're gonna have to change some stuff. But
Change stuff. You
Michael,
wanted lane
and
changes.
even there's like news about the police station linking up with the fire station. How would you like that then?
Linking up with the...
Yeah, the people are voting for that.
That wouldn't be possible because there's a road there, the police station's there, so that wouldn't be possible.
So done.
That.
It would be linked up right there.
I don't know how would that be possible because the police station doesn't even have a second floor. That has 3 levels. That I don't know about that because this does not have a second floor.
It won't link up to that. Only it will be. We'll have to knock up this one and keep that one.
First, you have to renovate lots of stuff. You have to renovate the fire station because it
And
had a fire.
road, which we got into an argument knocking out this road because I had to build this. That wasn't such a big deal.
What do you mean it was not such a big deal?
It wasn't such a big deal. Like you didn't care for this road right there.
Seating area.
The only way I had to knock it out is because I had to build the fire road.
And in between the stairs.
Just admit that you knocked it down yourself. You knocked down Roblox Studios. Yes, you did. I legit saw you when you.
But the fire station. About the fire station.
No. You knocked it down yourself. You placed fire in there, knocked down the interior. So that is you. You did that.
But about the fire station, that was also me. But I wanted to renovate the fire station because I failed on it. It failed on the front desk. Now it looks even better than the last one. I like it.
And now you decide to knock down
Also,
Roblox
not to
Studios.
mention, I like this area.
You
too.
decided to knock down Roblox Studios
And
just to
also there's
place
a new fire
a new
officer.
one.
And also, this used to be the area, but now it's an exercise area.
I know.
Briefing area.
I know.
Fire officer's desk.
I know.
Bathroom.
I know. Okay.
Cinema.
Okay.
The 3rd level is all the way up here. And then you've got the kitchen.
Okay.
Commander's office,
Okay.
Recruit
Okay.
desk, and that is it.
Okay.
So, it's had a huge upgrade.
But now you just decided that you wanted to knock down Roblox Studios
Yes.
just to place a new one. A new one.
I want
That one that looked.
like it looks so plain each day.
It did not look plain. It looked.
Shut up.
It did not look plain. It looked fine.
It looks fine.
But no, you decided to.
It's bloody here.
Let me talk. You decided to knock it down because it was plain.
Plain by its design. It was up to its next renovation.
It was fine, Alfie. But no, you
was
didn't
up
like
to
it.
its never bloody renovation. But no, I decided to knock it down. 'Cause what's the
You
point?
decided to knock it down because you did not like it.
I did not like it because I was going to do a bloody renovation, but what was the point of doing the renovation when I could just knock down the entire thing and shuffle it over to the next land plot over here?
No, but I want it in the
Far away.
original
It's not far
spot.
away. How would you count this as far away? Literally, it's only down the road. Right
I
here.
want
Down
it
the
in.
road. Down the road is from there.
Can I please just have it in the
It's pretty much just the same land.
It's not the same land.
It's pretty much the same size,
No, it's not.
just bigger.
No, see? Comparison? That does not look like that.
It's a bit wider and a bit longer.
That doesn't make any sense.
How does that make any bloody sense?
I want it in the original
No.
spot though.
No, I
Please.
The CEO said he wants to move it, and that is it.
For the CEO,
CEO.
the CEO can shut the fuck up and let him place it there because that's the original spot where it used to be.
That was for sale for big.
For sale.
That is for sale for other people. He doesn't want that plot of land anymore. I clearly speak to him on the phone privately, and he said he wants to move into that spot.
Why does he want to move the
And
flipping?
it's gonna start building tomorrow. It's gonna start building.
Ah,
They're gonna put the sign up soon.
boring. I don't need to know that right now.
So I don't know what to build here next then.
Roblox Studios, of course.
No. A bigger car park for Harvester. In case I've got a big party going on.
They can just keep the small car park. I want something.
But when I finished Harvester, this plot of land was left over, so technically Harvester owns this big.
You decided to knock down Roblox Studios when it was perfectly fine.
I know, I just didn't like it being there.
You didn't like it. I liked it being there though.
Right, we just have like a couple of tables.
Stop going on about
Got a carpet
it.
on one.
Why did you have to knock it down?
Light.
I don't really know.
Just in front of the seating area, leaving a gap of
Oh, I know why. Because you're dumb.
carpet.
Because you knocked it down because you didn't like it.
I did not like it. I didn't really like it.
Well, I liked it there. Everyone has opinions, but
But you didn't complain.
but the opinion was totally different.
You said to me, you didn't complain about me renovating the police station. So what's the point? So what's the point of fussing about me? Remaking the bloody Roblox studio. The other police station burned down, and what did you do? Not fuss about it. But the big fuss is this Roblox studio right there. What does that make? That 3-story police building, the other one, the old one, burned down completely.
No, you didn't. You burned it down yourself.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was roleplay purposes said.
Roleplay purposes. More like dumb play purposes. You keep knocking down builds.
Then my build, I get to decide what happens with my.
Okay, what's going to be next? SpongeBob Store Pants.
No, that's staying. I like it. Why would I remove that? Why? Explain me.
I don't know.
So don't ask me that question then. I don't know why I would want to knock that down. And don't ask me why I would want to knock Roblox.
Just shut your wormhole.
Do you know what? Next time when I knock down a building,
Please.
you know what you're gonna get?
And
Shut
just here, we're going
up.
to stick a
That's
chair.
what you're gonna get.
That's where the
I'm not
secretary is going
arguing
to sit
now.
Oh, I'm scared.
on this table.
I'm not
just
arguing
behind
with you next time.
And on the
I'm scared. I don't know what to do. No, I'm not. I'm not.
So I'll tell you what I'm going
I'll
to
give
do.
Mind.
you.
Here
Shut
are
up,
all of the
actually. That's what I'll do. I'll
materials.
say shut up.
You're not going to do anything.
I'll say shut up instead of arguing with you over where.
Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here.